Hey guys, these are things that I would allow my kids to do. Now, I know it's probably going to change once I become a mother, but here's the things I probably will allow my kids to do. Number one, if they want to stay up when they don't have school, I'm okay with that. You don't got school tomorrow? Stay up. But I'll tell you this though, when the night, 2 nights after school starts, you will be practicing to go to bed early, and I don't want to hear no complaining about it. Number two, my kids would be allowed to eat in the rooms, unless it's a family dinner or something like that. You don't have to always eat at the table. Now, certain foods I wouldn't allow in my room, like cereal and stuff like that. Like anything that has to do with milk, they will not be allowed to have food in the room. But if it was something like oatmeal and stuff, I wouldn't care. And I will allow them to drink in the room, as long as the cup has got a lid on it. Because let's be honest, you're not gonna spill anything without a lid. Otherwise, you can't drink in your room. If you can't be responsible about it, no eating or drinking. And that's another thing. I will allow my kids to bug me as much as you want. Like, I don't care. Like, if my child comes to my room to talk to me, or if my child want to play, I'll entertain you, because that gives you a break from screen time, and that also gives me something to do, because I'm a very well-rounded person, and if you want to go to the park, we can go to the park. And if y'all want to go somewhere, we can go somewhere. I will call an Uber, or I will get my husband to take us, or we will find a way. Because one thing about me, I'm not driving. I don't. That is not in my cards. But even though I'm gonna hate to depend on transportation, I'm gonna do it for my kids. So I don't mind if my kids bugging me, unless I like have a really bad headache, and then I'm like, okay, get out my room, go be on your tablet, leave me alone, stuff like that. Because I feel like playing with your kids and stuff like that, that gives you and your kid a chance to bond. Because let me tell you, people that do play with their kids, they look at it as another bonding experience, instead of doing like other stuff. And no, have fun with your kids. Like, have as much fun, because one thing about it is, when they turn into teenagers and get into the adulthood, they're not going to want to do that stuff with you, and you're going to regret that. That's the one thing I learned about being an auntie, because I used to play with my nephews 24/7. But now that they're 14 and 11 and 10, it's like they don't want to be with auntie. They rather be on their phones and stuff like that. And that's something I had to adjust, because I wasn't used to that. So that's the one thing I will miss about my kids. So spending as much quality time and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind doing with my kids. And the next thing is, they will be allowed to play outside. But when I tell you it's time to come in, you better listen, or else you're not going back outside for the rest of the week, or stuff like that. And my kids will have chores. They will have a chore chart, but they're only going to be doing 2 chores a day. I'm not going to have like a whole list of chores for my kids to do. And will I make them do their chores every day? Probably not. I'll probably make them do it as punishment, or You know, if the house really needs to be done, I'll be like, hey, do your part of the house. Let's do it. Because I truly believe in making your kids. It's fine to let your kids become independent, but like I said, it takes time. Don't force your kids to be independent, because if you force your kids to be independent, that means you're forcing them to grow up too fast. You're forcing them to know how to take care of themselves too fast, and which is fine. The kids should learn how to take care of themselves, but not like too fast. You know, because that's how I felt. Like I felt like I had to like grow up too fast, and people had to do, and I had to literally learn how to do everything by myself. And I literally had to like figure stuff out. I mean, my mom, she wouldn't make us do that all the time, but if I was with my grandma or with my auntie, they would make us do that. And let me tell you, I hated it. And I still hate it to this day. So, like I said, my kids will have chores, but only on a certain day. Not every day I will make them do chores. Because, no, I feel like, no. But, you know, y'all can judge me all you want, but that's how I want to raise my kids. And another thing, and that's another thing. If 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 you're home from school and if it's a weekend, I don't care how much screen time or anything you have, as long as your weekend chores are done. If they ain't done, you can't do nothing until your chores are done. That's the one thing I will say. You won't have chores during the week, but you'll sure have chores on the weekend. The only way you'll have chores during the week is if you're on punishment. That's the only way. Mm-mm. That's the only way you have chores during the weekend. You will have a lot of chores to do. Mm-mm. I don't play. And another thing I want to teach my kids is be respectful. Because let me tell y'all, kids nowadays are so disrespectful. It's unbelievable. And it will be like, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to push her. No, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. Like, no, you don't say that. You don't say that at all. No. That's why these kids think they can control their parents, and that's why their parents are scared of them, because you don't discipline. This is why you discipline early. And then you want to be like, well, I don't believe in that. They're just kids, blah, blah, blah. No. If you don't put your foot down, your kids are never going to respect you as it is. So, and then your kids going to be looking at you dirty look when you try to tell their kid something to do. And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, what do you think your child's going to do? Is smack you in the face if you try to correct them? No. Speak up to your kid. Okay? Speak up. Stop being a scaredy cat and just speak up to your child. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, bye.